It started as a hardscrabble community vegetable patch a generation ago in northwestern Maine. Then it moved to some tribal land up the road.
We had just acquired this property here in Caribou, and our council at the time decided that it would be a great place for us to have and start maybe a small farm. And that started for 4 acres for a good 10 or so years.
Today, using grants, grit, and forethought, the enterprise has flourished.
We've really grown by leaps and jumps, and now we're planting 30 acres.
With greenhouses and even chickens.
We have a small orchard, apple orchard. We have high bush blueberries, and then we do some melons, and we do a huge variety of vegetables.
And fish. The Mi'kmaq are fish people, but pollution in area waterways meant humans had to limit fish consumption to
One fish a month, and for our culture, that wasn't going to be sufficient. It's a primary protein for the Mi'kmaq Nation is fish, and so we said, well, maybe if we can't fish, then maybe we should grow our own fish.
A decade ago, the tribe installed a 3,000 square foot brook trout hatchery, adding protein to the produce, inching toward food sovereignty.
So all of these guys throughout here are about 12 to 16 inches long. We have a couple of 3-pounders in here, so a really couple big ones, but so these are our harvestable fish. These are the ones that the
But just wait till next year.
right outside adjacent is where our new hatchery is going to be.
It's under construction today on the Micmac Farms property. The new hatchery will quadruple the tribe's trout production.
With our current setup right now, I have to grow them a little slower than I could, just because of the room and space inside the 2 tanks that we do have. With the new hatchery, it goes from 3,000 square feet to 9,000 square feet in the new hatchery, so it triples our space.
And their production, and their ability to serve the people. Micmac Farms provides tribal members food at no cost.
We get a grant from the government, and it allows us to provide our tribal members with what they need and the produce that they want without needing to pay for it at all.
About 85% of what we grow goes back to the community to support our food sovereignty.
And the core indigenous value of generosity. Witness the truck that loads food for 4 other Maine tribes.
The Wabanaki food truck that comes around once a month.
And tomorrow I go to Township for the first Passamaquoddy, and then I go to Supply.
And so they'll pick up any extra fish that we have or vegetables as well from the farm. And then they deliver to all the other tribal sites here in Maine. And so they'll drop off the fish, and then they'll pick up, maybe the Passamaquoddies might have extra blueberries. So they'll pick up blueberries there and distribute them to the other tribes and drop off things that other tribes have extra. So it's a great partnership. Working together and using each other's resources has really been a game changer for, I think, the tribes here in Maine.
Impressed? There's more. The tribe recently reestablished stewardship over more than 100 acres of woods and is opening a sawmill.
We'll have the lumberyard set up here, of course, do all the cutting here. The wood kiln will be here, and then once the wood is dry...
With an eye towards vertical integration.
So that's what's great about this project, where it's tribal citizens working on tribal land, cutting tribal wood, and then we're going to take that wood, we're going to mill it, and then build 18 new homes for tribal citizens on our tribal properties.
Call it construction sovereignty, done just the way
our ancestors would have done, and steward that land, the best way possible. We're not going to go in and clear cut anything, of course.
And you guessed it, there's even more. The supply chain disruptions from the pandemic and recent changes to federal grant policies underscored a real need for self-reliance. The place to start? Power. Today, Micmac Farms gets about half of its electricity from tribal solar panels.
It's not a huge solar farm, but it was a great place to start with.
And has plans to eventually be fully self-sufficient.
So we're looking at projects right now for more solar and battery storage. So once we're able to add on the solar and the battery storage products to this, there should be no reason why we can't self-sustain. That's the dream. So 5 years. I'm hoping in 5 years that we've accomplished this.
From Mi'kmaq territory, I'm Stuart Huntington for ICT.